What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking the 10 best Diamond Dynasty cards going into MLB The Show 22 based off of what we have in the MLB The Show 22 tech test. We got our first look at the entire live series collection going into next year's game. Now, overalls can change from the tech test into MLB The Show 22. These overall ratings are not final, so I will re-update this video when the game does come out on April 1st, but we are going to take a look at the 10 best cards going into next year's game. Gonna break down every single card that we have in the top 10. I'm not going to be ranking these cards. We're literally just going to take a look at where SDS put them and then base them off their overalls for the top 10. This is going to be a ton of fun. If you guys are excited for the video, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so hot, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Red button beaming.
Now we're going to take a look at the 10 best cards going into Diamond Dynasty to start off the MLB The Show 22 year based off of the MLB The Show 22 tech test. And again, these could change by the time the full game does come out on April 1st. So leave your discussions in the comments down below. Let me know which cards you think should be higher and which cards should be lower in overall when the full game does drop on April 1st. And I'm going to give you guys my opinion on some of the cards I think should be lower. Maybe should crack the top 10 list when the full game does come out, because I do think we are missing some cards when it comes to the top 10 best cards in the game. And we will look at some of them right now. So we have Bryce Harper at an 89 overall, the reigning NL MVP. Definitely think he should crack a 90 here. Probably be tied with Luis Robert and Gerrit Cole for a 90 to just get into that top 10. So I think Bryce Harper is due for a little bit of an upgrade when the full game does drop. And then one of the really bad overalls, in my opinion, right now is Juan Soto at only an 88 overall. I think Juan Soto should easily be a 90 overall. If they're going to have Ronald Acuna Jr. at a 93 overall, that got injured last year, they got to have Juan Soto at least a 90, and I would argue 91, 92 overall. So I definitely see Juan Soto when the full game does come out making the top 10. Robbie Ray, I like, AL Cy Young winner. Maybe he could be a little bit higher. Maybe get him tied with Gerrit Cole since he won the Cy Young Award last year for the American League and Gerrit Cole did not. So I think they can be tied as well. Aaron Judge maybe should be a 90 as well. Kyle Tucker, I like the 89 overall. Grandal as well. I could probably see them being like 87, 88 overalls. Actually a little bit lower, just so we can see them do it consistently and be diamonds for years to come. Let's take a look at some other cards here. Jose Ramirez, I like. Maybe Freddie Freeman could do a little bit of an upgrade as well. 89, 90 overall. And other than that, no one else is really going to cross that 90 overall threshold, in my opinion. Mookie Betts maybe could be an 89 overall, but everybody else should be decently where they should be. Maybe not crack the 90s. We have 11 cards to talk about on this list because we have a tie for 10th place on the list. We have 90 overall Luis Robert and 90 overall Gerrit Cole. So Luis Robert, his card looks okay to start off the year. His contact is going to be solid, no doubt about it. 105 contact against righties, 110 against lefties, but for the lack of arm strength that he has in the outfield and his power numbers not being the best, even if he is going to be a 90 overall, highly rated, he's not going to make my main team to start the year. Even if I do wind up getting him, I'll probably sell him on the market if I get him. Wonder what he's going to go for on the marketplace, but only 65 power against righties, then a 63 arm with 44 arm accuracy. He's definitely a solid defender in terms of getting to the ball with 91 fielding, 93 reaction time, and 88 speed, but for the lack of power, the lack of arm strength, and the arm accuracy, don't think I would use him on my main team. That's going to leave me to Gerrit Cole, and Gerrit Cole cards are never good in MLB The Show, to be honest. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm not going to be using this Gerrit Cole card when he comes out. Maybe I'll debut him as a Yankees fan just for the fun of it, because he is a top 3 starter based off of overall in this game, but his card doesn't look that great. He has a 4-seam fastball, slider, knuckle curve, circle change, a 2-seam fastball. I never give him a great pitch selection, never really wows you here. His per 9 stats are never very good. 84 hits per 9, 81 Ks per 9, way too low even at the beginning of the year. His control and his break, not going to get it done. He does throw the ball fast. He's going to have 98 miles an hour on the 4-seam fastball, but with no outliers, so this card not going to be very good. The 9th best card in Diamond Dynasty going into MLB The Show 22 based off of the tech test here is going to be 91 overall Liam Hendriks. Coming out of the bullpen, he's going to have good per 9 stats, 100 hits per 9, 96 Ks per 9 with 99 velo, 87 break, and 79 control. So stats wise, he's not bad. Definitely better per 9 stats than Gerrit Cole, but he is a reliever, not a starter. But like Gerrit Cole, his pitch selection isn't very good. He only has a 4-seam fastball, fastball, slider, knuckle curve, two-seam fastball. Very generic, no changeup, no cutter, doesn't really wow you with the pitch selection, but we don't have too many great bullpen arms to start off the year, so I can see people using this Liam Hendriks card, but he'll start to phase out pretty early in the game. For the 8th best card in Diamond Dynasty going into next year's game, we have two 91 overalls that are tied for this spot. We have Max Scherzer and we have Trey Turner. We'll get to Turner in a second, but Max Scherzer, we have two Mets starting pitchers in the top 10 Diamond Dynasty cards going into next year, and two of the top 3 starting pitchers in the game. So we have Max Scherzer, who actually has a really solid pitch selection. He has a four-seam fastball, slider, circle change, curveball, and cutter. If he had a sinker, he would be elite, probably the best pitcher going into next year's game, but he doesn't, but he's still really, really good. We'll have to take a look at what Jacob deGrom has when we get to him, because obviously he's going to be in this top 10 list, but this card looks like a really good starting pitcher start off the year. He has 97 hits per 9, 82 Ks per 9, so not bad, definitely better than Gerrit Cole. Now he doesn't throw gas. He has 75 velo, 81 break, and 79 control, with his fastball being his hardest throwing pitch at 94 miles per hour, but he has decent breaking ball stuff. The cutter is going to be really effective. I think this Max Scherzer is going to be an elite starting pitcher to start off the year, and he's definitely going to be pretty expensive on the market. That is going to lead me to Trey Turner, who is going to be a 91 overall that can play second base, third base, shortstop, and center field. So with that 99 speed, people are going to want this Trey Turner on their team, myself included. Trey Turner, all of his cards last year were amazing. His live series card was amazing. That Team Affinity Season 3 card, the 98 overall, was really, really good. And at the end of the year, the finest 99 overall was probably his worst card at the time when they came out with that card, but he was still really, really solid with that card. But the 98 was insane for the majority of the year, and this card I expect to be good to start off the year. He always has a really solid swing. He has a lot of pop at the plate, even if the power doesn't say so. He plays above the stats in game, and I hope he does in MLB The Show 22. His contact stats, though, are going to be really good, especially against lefty arms. They're going to be maxed out at 125, 83 contact against righties. Now, he's actually not a horrible defender, especially if you leave him at second base, which is probably where I'm going to leave him, because he's not the best defender. He doesn't have the best arm, so I'm not going to be using him at shortstop or third base. I'm going to try to keep him at second base, trying to hide that arm deficiency. He has 79 fielding, 68 arm, 65 arm accuracy, 77 reaction time, with 99 speed, 92 steal, and 99 bag aggressiveness. And let's take a look at some of the quirks that Trey Turner has. He had speedster, obviously, thief, so he's going to be stealing you a lot of bases. Then when we get to the plate, he has unfazed, dead red, breaking ball hitter, first pitch hitter, rally monkey, and fighter. So he has a lot of great quirks as well on his card. The 6th best card in Diamond Dynasty already has a gameplay here on the channel. If you guys want to watch that, make sure to go check it out. It's going to be 92 overall Fernando Tatis Jr. That can essentially play every single position for you in Diamond Dynasty. Shortstop, obviously, second base, third base, left field, center field, and right field. You can pretty much put him at any single position you want him to, but they definitely knock Fernando Tatis Jr.'s defense in this game with only a 60 fielding stat, 58 reaction time, 40 arm accuracy. Does still have a 99 arm, so he does have a cannon defensively, but I actually don't know where I'm going to put Tatis defensively. Maybe as a DH. If they bring DH into the game next year, he might be my DH because he's too good at the plate to not have on your team. But if you have an infield of Tatis and Trey Turner, it's going to be really tough defensively to get any outs because they are not good defensively. So that middle infield is going to be really, really weak defensively. But at the plate, this card is going to be a monster. His stance is a little bit different and his swing as well, but I actually think it's better than it was in MLB The Show 21. We have 78 contact against righties, 88 against lefties, 112 power against righties, and 97 against lefties. And he's also super fast with 90 speed, 94 steal. So I think he'd be my go-to DH if DH winds up being in the game, which it should be since it's going to be in the MLB as well. But I don't know if I'm going to use Tatis defensively. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But he also has a lot of great quirks at the plate. Dead red, breaking ball hitter, day player, first pitch hitter, and rally monkey. This card's going to be a must-have for the plate, but defensively, he's going to be rough. That brings me to the top 5 cards in Diamond Dynasty going into next year, and we have a 3-way tie for the 5th best card. We have Ohtani, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Jacob deGrom. We will start with Shohei Ohtani, and the only player, obviously, to also be a starting pitcher, and you can use him as a DH, or you can use him as a right fielder going into next year's game. You can use him as a 2-way player in next year's game, like they do for the Los Angeles Angels in real life, so that's going to be super exciting. He has a 4-seam fastball, slider, splitter, cutter, and curveball. So pitch selection looks pretty solid. Hits per 9 and Ks per 9 looks solid to start off the year. He has decent control, decent velo, and decent break. So this card's going to be a solid pitcher to start off the year. I wasn't a huge fan of Ohtani's pitching cards in Diamond Dynasty last year, but hopefully this year, with him being a 2-way player, I use this card more often on my main team. And that brings us to the hitting stats here. His contact is okay for the beginning of the year. Pitchers aren't going to have crazy hits per 9 to start off the year. 64 contact against righties, 60 against lefties, but the power numbers are going to be insane from your starting pitcher. 102 power against righties, 105 against lefties. Defensively, he's going to be 62 fielding, 66 arm accuracy, 62 62 reaction time with a cannon of an arm at a 94 arm with 86 speed and 53 steal. He's going to be super expensive on the market. I am very curious to see what Ohtani goes for on the market, and he has an insane amount of quirks, 18 quirks, because he has some at the plate, some on the mound, and some on the base pads. I can't wait to get my hands on this card. Then we have Ronald Acuna Jr. is also going to be a 93 overall, tie with Ohtani and deGrom, like I said. So this card looks outstanding, looks like a go-to outfielder to start off the year. He can do everything pretty much at the plate. He has monster power, pretty solid contact. He's a pretty solid defender as well, with an excellent arm accuracy, and really good speed. So Acuna is going to be a great card once again in Diamond Dynasty next year. 71 contact against righties, 86 against lefties, 97 power against righties, 105 against lefties. Then in the field, 74 fielding, 74 reaction time, 95 arm, 96 arm accuracy. So if you got this card at parallel 5, he's going to have 79 fielding, 79 arm accuracy, and max arm stats. That's going to be insane in the field. And then he also comes with 90 speed and then 95 at parallel 5. He's going to be insane. Quirks, he has a lot of those as well, some at the plate, some on the base pads, and some defensively. I can't wait to get my hands on Acuna as well. Then we are going to have Jacob deGrom, and Jacob deGrom was so tough to hit in MLB The Show 21. Hopefully he will not be as hard to hit in MLB The Show 22. I know if you spam fastballs in MLB The Show 22, your stamina actually drains quicker than it did in MLB The Show 21. So if people are just consistently throwing fastballs at you with Jacob deGrom, he's going to get more tired and easier to hit the later the game goes on, and they're probably going to take him out earlier on. So people are going to have to use the full pitch repertoire with Jacob deGrom instead of spamming fastballs all the time. Also, he does not have outlier on his card to start off the year. I don't know if they're going to add that when the full game drops. Without outlier, his fastball is not going to be as tough to hit as it was in MLB The Show 21. He has a 4-seam fastball, slider, circle change, curveball, and 2-seam fastball. Hits per 9 are really solid to start off the year. 98 hits per 9, 86 Ks per 9. He's obviously still going to have a 99 velo stat with 87 control, which is actually really good to start off the year, and then 78 break. He's probably going to be the top starting pitcher to start the year. Then we have a card that I can't wait to get on my main team in MLB The Show 22, and that is going to be 94 overall Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I think everybody loved the 99 overall All-Star Game Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from MLB The Show 21. That card was amazing, and this Vlad Jr. card looks amazing as well to start off the year. 94 overall, second best card in Diamond Dynasty if the overall stands as they are right now. 95 contact against righties, 81 against lefties, 105 power against righties, 92 against lefties. Now he's actually not bad in the field if you want to use him at first base or third base, wherever you want to use him, but he also could be your DH like Tatis if they do want to put in DH into the game. So you'll have to make a decision if you want to use Tatis at DH or Vladimir Guerrero Jr., because one of them is probably going to ride your DH spot from not being an excellent defender. But you could probably put Vlad Jr. at first base with mid-60 sets, because you don't need a Gold Glove defender at first base, and he's not bad. Like I said, 65 fielding, 69 arm, 68 arm accuracy, and then 67 reaction time. Get him the parallel 5. That's 70 plus fielding stats across the board for Vlad, and then he has 48 speed with how many quirks? Only 11 quirks. Pretty surprised. Thought he would have more, but I guess most of them come at the plate, and he's going to be an insane hitter. And last but not least, it's going to be 95 overall Live Series Mike Trout. He's going to be the best card in Diamond Dynasty to start off the year. He's going to be excellent contact-wise, power-wise, defensively, speed-wise. This card is going to be able to do it all for you at the beginning of the year, and I used Live Series Mike Trout well into July last year. They gave us a 99 pretty late last year. Maybe they give it to us a little bit earlier this year, but this Live Series Trout is going to be good throughout the entire year. 91 contact against righties, 85 against lefties, 117 power against righties, 83 against lefties, mid-80 stats for the fielding stats across the board, and then 89 speed. But he actually does not have as many Live Series quirks as he did in previous years. With 12 here, definitely still a good amount of quirks. We'll see if they add some when the full game does drop, but I can't wait to use Trout, as I always can't wait to use him at the beginning of the year. That's going to do it for the video today, everyone. The 10 best cards going into Diamond Dynasty next year. Once again, this was not a ranking. This is just where SDS put them in the tech test going into next year's game, and I will re-update this video on April 1st when the full game does drop with early access. Can't wait for MLB The Show 22. We're about 40 days away from the full game release. If you enjoyed the video and you found it useful, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe if you guys are new. I would greatly appreciate it, but that's going to do it for me today, everyone. See you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.